I find physics in video games very important. Ragdoll, explosive, bounce, and fire.
It's on fire! What do I do?
My name is Couch Cooper and this is my PlayStation 5 Riftbreaker review, a game I looked at way back in 2021. Can you believe this came out on Game Pass? It was only a PC review, and as you all well know, I don't run the best of machines, but when it came over to 9th gen consoles, I was desperate to look. This game runs at 4K, ray tracing, and 60 frames per second apparently. That last one I cannot vouch for. We have seen some massive improvements on this game's performance on console recently. I've been in threads and it's sort of winning the war on its performance. I'll say hand on heart that it's fine and no issues exceeded that of the PC version, which does come with some slowdown when the game gets busy. This is technically an RTS. Can you believe that? I'm going to say that again. This is a real-time strategy game that is available on 9th generation consoles with ray tracing, and it is not bad. You're talking to a hardcore StarCraft 2 fan, like ridiculously obsessed with both StarCraft 1 and 2, and I've always craved that genre to be something I could explore on my console. Obviously, this is not a direct duplication of that format of game. This is a little bit more tower defensey and simplified, but I'm going to take you through it because you might not even know about it. And get this, I picked it up for £8 UK pre-owned, physical. EXOR are the studio, and I have an older relationship with those guys. They came out with a split screen, awesome tower defense RTS that was far less complicated than this. I will link it in the description. But they don't have the easiest of tasks porting this over to console. It's extremely advanced with its options and hotkey system and what you can build, where you can build it. This is a completely blank canvas when it comes to where your fences go, where your base goes, all of your guns, lights. It's really important that they came up with a good scheme, and it works with both sticks operating independently technically. If you're in the options menu and you're looking to place something, you can move that right analog stick around in order to position it without having to do that sort of awkward step in to get in the right spot. But you can also instigate both sticks if you're fighting, which is really important. And here's the seller. It's a stellar twin stick. Not even joking, made it onto one of my lists. It's just not local co-op or split screen, which should technically be illegal, I think. Now, you're probably understanding quite a lot of what you're seeing on map here. You've got your electricity running around, you've got your turbines, some are solar, some are wind. They can always be active if it's nighttime but the wind's up, or if it's a storm and the wind's down. That doesn't make sense. The classic two elements for farming, both needed to construct different types of upgrade for your mech, or different types of buildings or defense, or even new weapons, and that is the massive area for me. The guns are amazing, the shotguns, the machine guns, even the close quarters. Everything feels natural. When it wants to step up the action, it doesn't really drop a beat. I'm using the word really there because some of this does get out of hand on a frame rate level.
Base is under attack.
One of our walls has been destroyed.
As a twin stick base builder, it really works, and all of these physics, cool dissipation, the way the plants sway around, there's even storms, a goddamn meteor comes in to give you a rare drop. The lighting on that alone is worth £8. You can't actually get past your own walls. It's not like you can teleport past them, so putting in doors and entrances is very integral because you've got to get to certain areas very fast. The map, or my perimeter of my base, is represented in the bottom right. You can see that sort of squared box there. I'm very boring with the design. You can go ham with it, and there's also really cool pieces of loot that are highlighted out in the middle of nowhere in the wilderness, and there's cool new aliens out there. You've got to get all your crap together before you go on your big voyage to exterminate some damn great Xeno that's been sending stuff to your base for the last 20 minutes. There's a lot of fun to be had there. The game modes are interesting. I'm quite addicted to the campaign, which starts you on a singular bio or planet, and you basically have to get yourself up to speed to be able to teleport off, and then you have access to a very awesome looking sand and desert level, and I haven't actually been past to the third biome. Now, when you go into survival mode, you only have access to the biomes that you've opened in the campaign. Kind of do and don't like that. I would really recommend the survival mode because it's like that We Are Billions, kind of never ending, has that roguelike feel, and you almost get to see everything that that particular biome has to offer. Nighttime looks crazy good, right? With that ray trace shadow work through the gates when your headlight looks at things, there's scary stuff hiding in amongst the wilderness that you can't spot until you get close, and darkness is kind of played on. You do get some flares, and you do have to work around your energy management if you don't have enough solar panels going in the daytime and the wind does drop at night. That makes more sense. When I first got to the game, I wasn't aware of some of its awesome shortcuts. Repairing en masse is so well handled with that joypad, and being able to just get to structures quickly and deal with situations without having to click through a load of buttons. And it doesn't have a radial system. It all works on R button shifting left and right. You get very used to it very quickly.
A new technology has been developed. New blueprints are available for crafting.
Whenever I put this game on, it might be for some capture, it might be for a little bash, 45 minutes goes past very quickly. And building a little mech that's got like a melee option with some of the weapons, you have a switch out there to meet you, by the way, on left and right with the directional buttons. You can actually have up to 3 weapons on either arm, and so you can work out certain builds for certain situations. The shotgun and flamethrower, grenade launchers and grenades, they're all off the hook. There was talk of online multiplayer co-op with this game, but that was 3 years ago. One of the reasons I've put this video out right in the shadow of Space Marine 2 is that I don't want it to be forgotten about, and I really love RTS games, particularly on my console. There Are Billions is so worth a look. I will link it in the description, and I'm probably going to put out some StarCraft 2 content, because why not? Some of you guys may not have been around when that first game came out, and it's so worth going back to, particularly today, after what Blizzard has metamorphosized into. This is my badass melee build. I've got the old sword and spear. The spear has got a ridiculous amount of range on it. And when you're out at night and you clang stuff with the hammer, the plants light up like bioluminescence. It's totally amazing. You will be gobsmacked by a lot of the graphics a lot of the time. However, that game model never really changes up. You have to be used to building a base, protecting the base, dealing with little quests in around that map, and then moving on. Nothing much else happens out of that sphere. But that's not a bad thing with an RTS. Manalords is also a damn good modern RTS, but that's very mouse and keyboard and PC focused, but I don't get to say that often. A very good modern RTS. You have to go back to Total Annihilation or Dawn of War 2 to find the good stuff nowadays, which is pretty damn crazy. We are about to put out that split screen racer rally video that I've been promising, and this is a 9th gen game. This could be huge. It won't be, but you never ever know. Dirt 5. Can you let me know if you think £8 is too much for this game, and also if you played it in the first 3 months of launch when it apparently had some major performance issues? I saw nothing, but I'm only 7 hours into this console version. I put about 22 into my PC edition of the game, and yeah, it falls over when things go over to the busy side. I'm talking about near on 100 moving enemies on screen at the same time, which is something you don't see often, A, in split screen shooters, or B, in RTS games. You see thousands and they are billions, just saying. Thousands. Please, if you can, avoid putting any Space Marine 2 spoilers in the comments. I know I've just jinxed that. It is downloading in the background, and expect that to be out in the next 4 or 5 days. I really need to get through a lot of that campaign, and more split screen content is kind of the priority at the moment. I have been couch coup. I will see you down there.